Good morning, Periscope friends and family. Good morning, replay viewers. Oh my gosh, people are already jumping on the call. It's kind of funny because, you sit here in your office and you make this decision. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Molly. You make this decision that you're going to go live at 8 o'clock, and then 8 o'clock comes and goes. Hey, Nancy, good morning. You're not quite ready to go live. Good morning, Alan. And but then you got to hit the button, and it just changes everything. So good morning, Pam. So this morning, good morning, Deborah. Good morning, everybody jumping on. Good morning, Victoria. Good morning, community. Good morning, friends. Cheryl did an amazing webinar last night. If y'all missed that, I'll have it up today, but it'll be at ForestTownsley.com /overwhelm. So we'll have that up and ready to go for you guys today. It'll be on the Facebook page so you can see that. So I knew kind of what I wanted to talk about today, but it's interesting. You start going, good morning, Brandy. Hey, welcome from Washington. You wake up, you go to bed at night, and you start to think about this process and developing this message in your heart and bringing it together is an interesting process for me. So anyway, this morning, first thing I did, jumped into Proverbs. So I want to share Proverbs 13, verse 19 with you guys. Good morning, Darlene. Good morning, Rhonda. I want to share Proverbs 13:19 because I think that'll give us a good tie-in. Proverbs 13:19 says that our virtues are what shines in darkness. So if our virtues are what shines in darkness, and I think a lot of us would acknowledge we live in kind of a dark world. I mean, it's bright out today, but there's a lot of darkness. So if we really want to make a difference in the world, then it's our virtues that shine. So if it's our virtues that are shining, and it's our virtues that make a difference, and it's our, you look at the political world today, you look at the world, and you see a lot of people out there where virtue becomes an interesting word. So the question is, what are you doing to develop your virtues? What are you doing to bring your virtues forth? I thought that was kind of interesting. What are your virtues? Am I ready and willing to develop my virtues? And am I willing to let them simply shine? So in other words, if there's something in us that's a virtue, we can let it shine. And wherever we are, whatever we're doing, whether we're at the car wash or we're teaching a classroom or we're on Periscope, we can begin to let that virtue shine if we're aware of what it is. So anyway, that's kind of the open to this, and today's call is going to be interesting because it didn't quite come together for me. But what I want to be able to do is practice. I go back and watch the game film on this, and what I want to do is start practicing a message that's in me today. So you guys get to be my audience and maybe shoot me some feedback if that's okay on how this comes across, because part of what's in me is a big part of what's in me is a desire and a passion to make the world better. You all know that from the call that we're doing. And at the core foundation of that is this belief that everybody deserves the opportunity to develop and bring their potential to the world. And I think it's, so much of what we're seeing today is there's an entitlement to have an opportunity. I don't think there's an entitlement, but I think there's an opportunity. People should have an opportunity to bring their potential to the world, to know that at the end of their days, they made a difference, they made the world better, they touched somebody's life, they have that opportunity. So as I've been playing with that, it's like, okay, where do we go with it? And so the event that's in me that wants to come out is called the Destiny Plan. And I think in each one of us is something that wants to come out. We need to get that light fixed. Let's see if that helps that a little bit. The light was better. It's changing, coming to the window. There's a picture of Yosemite right behind me. Yosemite Valley. We're going there this summer on a family camping trip. That's all coming together. It's going to be amazing. My grandfather was the first chief ranger of Yosemite. My father was born and raised there. I was born there, and I have never taken my daughter back. So this summer we're taking Anna to Yosemite, and we're going on a 7-day camping trip that it's going to be really, really amazing. We've got a hiking trip planned. At the end of the trip, we're going to go up to Townsley Lake. There's a lake there that was named after my grandfather. It was his favorite fishing lake, and it was named after him, and he actually died there. He had a heart attack fishing at this lake that was named after him. So I think that's really cool to actually die while you're sitting at a lake fishing, doing what you really enjoy doing. Okay, back on track. So big or small, there's something in each one of us that wants to come out. I gotta get that light changed. Don't know how to fix that. Okay, light is what it is. So in me is this thing called the Destiny Plan. I think the Destiny Plan is very cool. So as I look at the Destiny Plan, it's what is it that wants to come out? And I think as I look at that, the pieces to the Destiny Plan, this is in Cheryl and me. One is creating better health for the world. The world is really struggling. There's this huge problem around health today and people's health. So one is helping people improve their health And two, we've got a major income crisis happening in the world today for both young people and old people. So there's an income crisis. So there's two problems that I think need to be solved. And as I look at what I would like to do with the rest of my life, do I want to play big or do I want to play small? And what I realized is that somebody's going to have to step up to the plate and do something that's going to solve these two problems, or at least to some level. Making people's health, helping people live healthier lives. Good morning, Maya. Helping people live healthier lives and helping people grow their income. So the Destiny Plan is about helping you create better health, create better income, and along the way, knowing that you made a difference, that you made somebody else's life better. So use my glasses so I can see my board today. So simple solution to the process. Simple solution to this, I believe. There's a healthcare crisis coming. There's an economic shortfall coming. The solution is that we've got to be focused as individuals and as a community on creating health, not disease. So much of the behavior, so many of the things we do, good morning, so many of the things we do today, intentionally and unintentionally, are actually creating disease. And so we can begin the process of saying, what am I going to do to move from creating sickness and disease in my life, and being intentional to say, what am I going to do to create health in my life? And number two, if I do that, can I do that in a way that actually grows my income, but grows my income in a way that has integrity to it, that doesn't manipulate, that doesn't connive, that's not like sales mode. I've done so many sales things in my life, and when you're just out selling something, that becomes a wee bit of a challenge too. But I think if we've got a passion and a real solution, we can actually make a difference for folks. So how do I see this coming together as we're doing this? Number one, I'm so blessed to have a wife whose passion is food. Her new cookbook is amazing. But the place we start in creating health is by changing the fuel that goes into our body. If you have a race dog or a race horse or a high-performance animal or a high-performance car, one of the things you really manage is the fuel that goes into that person. Or that, and not the person, the fuel that goes into the car, the dog, the horse, whatever is that high-performance thing you're working with. The challenge is we fail to see and acknowledge that we are a high-performance person. And I think we fail to see that we're a high-performance person because we've dealt with so much junk in our lives, and people have told us so much crap about ourselves, and we've believed it, and we've created these programs, and these programs have been running all of our life, and we look at other people as high-performance folks, but we fail to look at ourselves as high-performance. And that high-performance starts when we realize that we have a virtue in us that needs to be developed. And when that virtue shines, we will bring light into the darkness. We'll make the world a better place. So if you're a high-performance person and you want to be a high-performance person, it has to start by what you eat. Now, the challenge is, it's just too easy to eat junk. It's too easy to go eat all that packaged crap in the store. When I was a kid, there wasn't too much junk in the stores. There was there was produce and there was meat and there was, a few cookies, but there wasn't a lot of stuff. The choices of junk were minimal. We didn't eat at McDonald's when I was a kid because the hamburgers were 19 cents and my dad couldn't afford them. And even the tortoise needs the right fuel. And tortoise, you don't see him out eating crap. He eats the good stuff. We didn't eat the soft serve ice cream at McDonald's because it was 10 cents and my dad couldn't afford it. We went home and actually fixed our own hamburgers, and we had those conversations about that. So, number one, I think we can have a message in each one of us that says, I'm valuable and I'm important, and I'm going to begin making decisions to put the fuel in me that, if you're driving a Ferrari, you don't go put cheap gasoline in it. So why are you putting cheap gasoline in yourself? Why are you putting cheap gasoline in yourself? So number one, food. Summary on the food. You got to eat the food that's good for you. You've got to eat food that's non-inflammatory. That means food that doesn't make your engine skip and jump. And you've got to put a lot of good fat in. Your body was designed to run on good fats. So part one of the Destiny Plan is teaching people to fuel their body with the right foods. And the cool thing about that is once you begin to fuel your body with the right foods, we got to watch the clock here. You're going to be fixing those foods and sharing them with your friends and family and begin sharing that with others. Number two on this is creating a growing income. Now, the challenge with income in America today is most people's incomes are shrinking. They're shrinking. And so the solution is we're going to go vote for somebody who's going to raise minimum wage. Now, let me ask you this. If minimum wage today is $10, if you're living on $10 an hour and that goes to $12 an hour, you still can't live on $12. If it goes from $12 to $15 an hour, I'm going to propose you can barely live on 15. So that's not really a good solution. So we have to be intentional about what are we doing in our lives that's going to create a growing income. So lots of ways you can do that. You can get part-time jobs. You can start a business. You can go to work for a company. You know, you used to look at a company where you could go in and you could see your wages increasing over time. A lot of people today jump into the network marketing industry because they think that's going to solve their problem. I was there for 20 years, and it does work. It does solve some problems for a few people, but most people end up highly disappointed. They end up discouraged, and they end up actually losing more money than they make. So that's kind of an interesting process. So I don't want to be negative on it because it was an industry that made a great living for Cheryl and me. It introduced us to some amazing people. We had a lot of fun there, went on some great trips, but I saw that for the average person, for most people, it doesn't create what they want. And I think that's largely because of false expectations. So what we've been able to do with the Destiny Plan is we've created an affiliate program where we can begin to give people the opportunity to make a little bit of extra money. Not a lot. The tortoise always wins. But an affiliate program where you can make some money selling some of our products. I was actually watching the Shark Tank last night, and they were doing a review of a company called Rucksack, I think it is. And they're trying to sell vitamins and supplements, and the company wasn't doing well. And so they came up with a plan. The guys that started the company were vets. They came up with a plan where they were going to go to other vets who needed income, and they're going to have them go sell their products to their friends, other vets, and then they're going to pay them a 10% commission. And Kevin O'Leary, who's a pretty sharp guy, said, this is an amazing idea. It doesn't cost us anything to have a commission sales program. So I think that from the standpoint of a growing income, one of the best ways you can grow your income is to create some sort of a commission income stream. And Cheryl and I have actually been able to do that with our classes, our courses, and some of the products we sell, but a very simple income stream where you can steadily and slowly begin to increase and grow your income. So we're playing with that part. And then the third part of this is that whatever we do to make the world better, to make ourselves better, we have to do it in a way that shares legitimate and real hope with other folks. We do that through a community where we support and encourage each other. We do that through a community where we educate and encourage. We do it through a community that has great products, where we celebrate fun, where we celebrate each other's successes. One of the best parts about what Cheryl and I do is y'all are posting the results you're getting on our Facebook group. And we get to every day celebrate somebody's victory and what they did. So the Destiny Plan, and I apologize if we've wandered today, but I wanted to start just putting this out there and letting you guys support and encourage me with your hearts. Thank you as I put language to this, because summary, there's something in each one of us that needs to come out. For some of you, it's going to be big. For some of you, it's going to be little. For me, it's always been huge, but the problem is it's always come out small because I've never taken the time to develop and be diligent about the skill set that can let what's coming out small actually slowly and steadily become bigger and bigger. And so this process for me this year, and I hope for all of you, is realizing that the tortoise always wins. And that even if in your dreams there's a vision like this, my dreams, I think we can solve the healthcare crisis in America. In my dreams, I think we can solve the financial crisis that so many people are having by showing them a steady, consistent, diligent way to grow their income. In my dreams, I think we can share this vision by having a passion to make people's lives better and show them a way to do that. It's huge inside me, but when I talk, it comes out small. And even today, in all honesty, I feel like it's coming out small. It's stumbling, it's bumbling. I'm watching the clock going, you're taking way too long. But we have to have that willingness to take what's small and to take the baby steps and the diligent steps and begin to overcome that, to learn how to look into the camera, to learn how to speak clearly, how to not throw our words away, how to take different thoughts that you've written out and as you write, and bring those thoughts out of you and be able to share them and articulate them. It's in all of us. And I just want to encourage you guys today that start with the baby steps. Start with your pen. Start by writing. Thanks, Molly. Start by writing. I was talking with Rhonda the other day, and she said, Forrest, there's a connection of actually feeling the pen on the paper. When you feel the pen on the paper, it starts to write. So the writing is such a great way to start. And make videos of yourself. Do a Periscope. Do a Facebook Live. Just do a video of you that you look at and share. So there's something big in you. We can start with it small. We can, I believe, change the world if we all become diligent. If we all become diligent to develop that message. And then we have the courage, like I did today, the courage to begin to share it even though it's not perfect. So what's in you that's not perfect, but it's tugging at your heart, that you can begin to write about, that you can begin to speak about, that initially can be private and just yours, that over time you can share with the world, and ultimately you can look at your board and say, I think we have the potential. I think we have the potential to change and solve a problem in the world. We have the possibility to solve, we literally could change the healthcare crisis in America. I know we can do that. We could get rid of the financial burden of this insurance thing if people would change how they ate, if they created a basic supplement program that would support their gut, that would support fighting inflammation, that would support staying healthy, and we could get totally healthy if we all begin to move into and be a part of communities that were healthy and positive and encouraging, like this community. And we just turned off the junk on TV, and we got out of the messy communities, and we avoid the break room at work, and we begin to share a vision for making the world better, knowing that we will connect with the people we need to connect with. So thank you all for letting me connect with you today. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the blessing. The sun is coming out in Colorado. And as I look at the sun, I'm reminded we need to be praying for the folks in Houston. Pretty nasty down there. The folks in Ecuador, the folks in Japan. So much tragedy in the world. Where are you going to be able to make a difference today? The world needs you. And so many people need your help. So God bless you guys. Thanks for being a part of the Scope today. And we will talk to you, yes, you got it, tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time. See y'all. Goodbye.